The Oil and Gas Industry in Venezuela by Damon, Domingue, Collin, Reid, and Timothy Zenner. Venezuelan oil, wasted potential. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserves in the world and significant natural gas deposits. However, internal issues have severely weakened the country's ability to effectively manage and benefit from these resources. Decades of mismanagement, underinvestment, and political interference have turned what was once a thriving energy industry into a struggling sector burdened by inefficiency and decline. One of the most pressing problems lies within the state-run oil company, Petróleos de Venezuela S.A., or PDVSA. Once a respected player in the global oil market, PDVSA has been plagued by corruption and political meddling. Technical experts and skilled managers have been pushed out in favor of political allies, leading to a loss of operational capacity. As a result, oil production has dropped dramatically, and maintenance of equipment and infrastructure has been neglected. This mismanagement has not only hurt PDVSA, but also contributed to the border collapse of Venezuela's economy, which relies heavily on oil exports. International sanctions have only made matters worse by cutting off Venezuela from much-needed foreign investment and advanced technology. While these external factors have played a role in the country's energy decline, the root of the problem lies in domestic decisions. Without significant reforms, starting with restoring professionalism to PDVSA, investing in infrastructure, and improving governance, Venezuela will continue to fall short of its potential as an energy superpower. Additionally, the lack of transparency and regulatory unpredictability in Venezuela's political environment poses significant risk for potential investors. The government's history of expropriating foreign assets and altering contacts undermines confidence in the stability of investments. These external threats and political challenges have led to a significant decline in Venezuela's oil production, which has dropped from over 3 million barrels per day in the late 1990s to less than 1 million barrels per day in recent years. Venezuela's oil and gas industry is hindered by a combination of external sanction and internal political instability.
Foreign relations are important. Contrast this with Norway, which has used its oil wealth as foundation for long-term prosperity. Instead of simply spending oil profits, Norway created a sovereign wealth fund, the government pension fund global, that invests those earnings for the future. On top of that, strong regulations and transparency helped Norway maintain both high production levels and public trust in the system. Their approach shows how oil resources can actually help build a stable economy when managed properly. Brazil presents another interesting comparison. Through Petrobras, Brazil has taken a more hybrid approach, combining state control with openness to outside investment. This strategy has paid off, especially with the discovery of offshore pre-salt oil fields. By encouraging partnerships with international energy companies and updating its regulations, Brazil has become one of Latin America's top oil producers.
Preparation is key for Venezuela's future. Beyond energy diversification, there's also the need for better environmental management. Venezuela's oil industry has long been associated with environmental degradation, and that's another area where reforms are necessary. Strengthening regulations and enforcement for oil extraction methods could help mitigate damage to ecosystems and local communities. While oil remains a vital industry, public pressure is rising for countries to adapt to more sustainable practices. Venezuela must look to balance economic growth with environmental responsibility if they want to remain relevant on the world stage.
Conclusion: there is potential. In conclusion, Venezuela's oil and gas industry still holds immense potential, but it's clear that recovery won't come without significant changes. The country must address its internal issues, corruption, political instability, and outdated infrastructure, while also adapting to the global energy transition. A future for Venezuela's oil industry, one that contributes to the economic growth and offers a stable foundation, is still possible. But achieving this will require political will, reform, and a new vision for the role that oil will play in the country's economy moving forward. Time is of the essence, and the country's leaders must act quickly to secure a more prosperous and sustainable future.